Have you ever stopped to wonder if everything we believe about the Lakers' future has been secretly sabotaged by the last person we'd suspect? And what if an icon's smile was actually hiding a mistake that could cost an entire dynasty? Could LeBron James himself be sending a warning we've all been too distracted to hear? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the hottest, most electrifying Lakers updates every single day. Today's headline is shaking up LA. LeBron exposes secret about Bronny and frustration with the Lakers. Trade with the Jazz imminent. Smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Picture this: the NBA Finals are raging, the draft is looming, and trade rumors swirl like confetti in the wind. But amid all the chaos, the most explosive development didn't come from a front office press release or a Woy bomb. It came straight from LeBron James on the Mind the Game podcast. With his trademark calm intensity, he confessed, "I've never gotten on the phone with the coaches coaching my son. Coach him however you want to, and I hope you hold him more accountable than any other kid here." On the surface, a father's plea for fairness, but could this be a subtle rebuke of the Lakers' handling of Bronny's development? Could LeBron be signaling that the franchise's priorities aren't aligned with his own vision? Some insiders believe this remark carries strategic weight. Could this mean LeBron is demanding that Bronny earn his minutes rather than ride coattails? Is it possible that there's growing tension between the coaching staff and the organization over how to integrate Bronny into a championship-caliber rotation? Fans are wondering if this could be the beginning of a public power play by the king himself, subtly reminding everyone who truly runs the show in purple and gold. While we're still digesting LeBron's revelation, a blockbuster trade report has just dropped that could alter the Lakers' roster blueprint forever. According to leak sources relayed by Mark Stein, the Utah Jazz, once stonewalling any discussion, are now open to trade talks involving both Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen. That's seismic for Laker Nation. Walker Kessler, a 23-year-old rim protector averaging 0.5 blocks per game on a rookie contract, has long been the ideal teammate for Anthony Davis at the 4 and a perfect pick-and-roll partner for LeBron and Luka Doncic. If this deal comes to fruition before the draft, it could solve the Lakers' biggest defensive shortcoming and finally unleash AD in his natural spot. But nothing is ever that simple. Utah holds LA's 2027 first-round pick, top for protected, which gives them leverage and reasons to hesitate. Could this mean the Jazz will drive a hard bargain, demanding a haul of picks and young talent in return? Some insiders believe that Pelinka and Rob will need to craft a package rivaling the Mark Williams deal to seal the deal. Is it possible that LA will part with future assets to secure the veteran youth and rim presence they so desperately need? Of course, the ripple effects go far beyond one roster spot. Imagine the chemistry between LeBron and Luka on both ends of the floor, knowing there's a legitimate paint anchor on the fence. Last season, LeBron averaged 25.1 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 7.4 assists at age 39, while Luka exploded in his Laker debut stretch with 28.6 points, 8.1 assists, and 6.9 rebounds. Could adding Kessler allow those superstar duos to operate even more freely, with fewer defensive breakdowns and more transition opportunities? Fans are wondering if this could be the turning point that catapults this team back into title contention. Meanwhile, let's not overlook Bronny's potential role in all of this. With the promise of tougher coaching and a stronger supporting cast, could he truly fight for real rotation minutes next season? Last year, Austin Reeves emerged as a clutch contributor, averaging 16.7 points, 5.4 assists, and 4.3 rebounds, proof that overlooked players can become vital cogs. Some insiders believe Bronny could follow a similar path if given the right environment. Could this mean we'll see father and son sharing the floor in high-stakes moments, each pushing the other to greatness? Asterisk off-court reactions have been nothing short of incendiary, with every corner of the basketball world ablaze over LeBron's latest moves. Magic Johnson himself took to Twitter almost immediately after the podcast dropped, writing, "LeBron is setting the standard his son will earn every minute." A succinct but powerful endorsement that rippled through Laker Nation. That single tweet sparked 1,000 replies, from lifelong season ticket holders marveling at the King's strategic brilliance to skeptical fans questioning whether Bronny's path would be smoothed or stormed by this new mandate. Meanwhile, on his highly rated podcast, former Laker Richard Jefferson broke down the situation with the kind of insider perspective only a championship veteran could deliver. "I've never seen LeBron play chess like this. He's planning 3 steps ahead," he stated, pausing to emphasize the weight of those words. His analysis delved into the intimate dynamics of a locker room accustomed to a certain hierarchy, suggesting that LeBron's public demand for accountability from Bronny could very well be a power play aimed at asserting influence over personnel, decisions, coaching hires, and even future draft priorities. But it's not just ex-players and legends weighing in. The Twitter sphere exploded with commentary from journalists, podcasters, and amateur analysts alike. ESPN's Dave McMenamin posted a thread describing how league sources had been buzzing for days about potential fractures behind the scenes in Los Angeles, speculating whether Rob Pelinka's office had quietly alerted ownership that they might need to move mountains or draft picks to accommodate the James family's long-term vision. Across on X, formerly Twitter, Sacktown Rising reporter Sean Cunningham noted that anonymous front office executives from rival Western Conference teams were already circling Laker execs like sharks smelling blood, eager to see if LA's reported aggressiveness in pursuing Walker Kessler would leave them vulnerable elsewhere. Even NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, usually tight-lipped, was overheard in a closed-door meeting mentioning, "There's a real shift happening in how player power is being exercised," a comment that quickly made its way to the media through whispered leaks, fueling further debate about the changing balance between ownership control and superstar influence. Then there's the broader Western Conference chessboard, where every team is watching and sometimes panicking. Take the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their young core of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and Josh Giddey has been touted as the future of the league, but a fully healthy, fully committed Lakers squad presents a direct threat to their ascent. Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault was asked about this in a recent press conference, and while he maintained composure, his clipped response, "We respect any team that goes all in, especially in a division as stacked as ours," was interpreted by insiders as thinly veiled concern. Up north, the Denver Nuggets, fresh off a championship run with Nikola Jokic, are dealing with their own ripples. Jokic's agent reportedly texted Nuggets management that the league is about to get ultra-competitive, hinting that Denver may need to consider additional wing reinforcements if the Lakers indeed secure Kessler and boost Bronny's role. Meanwhile, the Sacramento Kings, emerging from a long playoff drought, have sensed opportunity in the chaos. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis have been in rare agreement that the landscape is shifting faster than any of us expected. A quote that circulated widely on Instagram after a charity event hosted by Kings owner Vivek Ranadive. The Kings front office has reportedly reached out to a consultant close to the Lakers organization to better understand how a potential Laker Jazz trade might open up the draft board or force LA to reconsider future first-round picks. If the Lakers double down on legacy and youth by pairing LeBron with Bronny and shoring up their interior defense, every rival in the West knows it must raise the stakes immediately or risk being sidelined. Is it possible that this entire offseason will rewrite the narrative of Lakers basketball, moving from the familiar script of blockbuster free agent signings to a more clandestine, strategic approach where leaks and public ultimatums set the tone? Fans are wondering if LeBron's bold public pronouncements and the sudden availability of high-value trade assets mark the dawn of a new era, one in which the Kings' voice carries weight not just on the court, but in the boardroom as well. Could this mean we're witnessing the birth of a franchise architecture defined by secrecy, high-risk gambits, and superstar-driven direction? Or will the Lakers front office reassert control, reigning in the power of one player to preserve the traditional balance of power? Whatever happens next, one thing is clear: the purple and gold saga has never been more captivating, and every transaction, tweet, and tactical whisper will be scrutinized by a fanbase that knows its dynasty may very well hinge on these next few moves. If you're as hyped as I am for Lakers News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the drama in purple and gold. Picking up right where we left off, the magnitude of what LeBron James unleashed on the Mind the Game podcast continues to reverberate through every corner of LA and beyond. We've seen his cryptic declaration about Bronny: "I've never gotten on the phone with the coaches coaching my son. Coach him however you want to, and I hope you hold him more accountable than any other kid here," skyrocket into social media obsession. And we've just witnessed the seismic trade report suggesting the Utah Jazz might finally entertain offers for Walker Kessler, a 23-year-old rim protector who averaged a .5 blocks per game last season on his rookie contract. Now let's dive deeper into what this could mean for the Lakers roster. The chemistry between LeBron and Luka, the role Bronny might carve out, and the dramatic ripple effect set to shake up the entire Western Conference. First, imagine the Lakers starting five if Walker Kessler actually lands in purple and gold. LeBron James gliding off the wing, Luka Doncic orchestrating the offense from the top of the key, Anthony Davis returning to his natural power forward position, and Kessler patrolling the paint behind them like an imposing sentry. Could this mean the Lakers finally solved their perennial defensive woes while maximizing their offense? Last season, LeBron delivered staggering numbers: 25.1 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 7.4 assists per game at 39 years old, highlighting his unprecedented longevity. Luka, in his abbreviated Laker cameo, torched opponents for 28.6 points, 8.1 assists, and 6.9 rebounds per outing. Pair those superhuman stats with Kessler's shot-altering prowess, and you've got an interior wall that could transform the entire defensive rating of this team, turning stops into fast break opportunities and giving LeBron and Luka the green light to orchestrate a highlight film offense. But beyond the starting lineup, let's talk rotation. Austin Reaves, fresh off a breakout campaign with 16.7 points, 5.4 assists, and 4.3 rebounds, suddenly finds himself in an even more prominent role. With Kessler anchoring the defense, Reaves can operate as the primary secondary playmaker, spotting up on the wings, cutting to the rim, and initiating offense alongside Bronny, who, despite the skeptics, has been earnestly fighting for every crack at rotation minutes. Could this mean Bronny, buoyed by his father's demand for accountability and the security of a true five behind him, actually carves out a bench spark role? Fans are wondering if the rookie's development could mirror Reaves' emergence, evolving into a clutch contributor who can relieve LeBron of back-to-back minutes late in games. On the flip side, consider the chemistry between LeBron and Luka. Already, their brief on-court partnership dazzled fans. Quick trigger assists, seamless pick-and-roll reads, and an uncanny understanding of spacing that defies most inaugural duos. When asked about their connection, Steve Nash, no pun intended, remarked that both superstars make the right play more times than not, highlighting their shared basketball IQ. Could adding Kessler and integrating Bronny into the mix amplify that chemistry even further, allowing the trio to execute a versatile, high-octane offense rarely seen in modern NBA history? Some insiders believe that the synergy is already at peak potential, but a fortified frontcourt could push it to an entirely new stratosphere. Now shift that lens to the broader Western Conference. Last year's first-round showdown against the Thunder exposed the Lakers' defensive vulnerabilities and lack of consistent bench production. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren carved out a brutal series, and Oklahoma City's blend of youth and athleticism set the tone for the West. Could this mean the Lakers, with Kessler in the paint and a more battle-tested rotation featuring Bronny, Reaves, Rui Hachimura, and Gabe Vincent, are primed for a rematch where they seize control from the opening tip? Fans are wondering if this iteration of LA finally has the depth and resilience to withstand the gauntlet of contenders that includes the Nuggets, Kings, and Warriors. Speaking of those rivals, their reactions have been instantaneous. Magic Johnson tweeted, "LeBron is setting the standard his son will earn every minute," a proclamation that resonated through every franchise meeting room across the league. Former Laker Richard Jefferson, dissecting the drama on his podcast, said, "This is LeBron playing three-dimensional chess. He's ensuring legacy, family, and franchise all aligned in one shot." Meanwhile, reporters like Dave McMenamin cited anonymous front office sources who admitted the rumor of Kessler's availability has put every GM on edge in Denver. Nikola Jokic's agent texted Nuggets executives, "It's about to get real," signaling that Denver might need an upgrade on the wing to counter LA's newly fortified mix. Sacramento's De'Aaron Fox was overheard telling teammates, "We gotta be ready for anything if LA goes all in," underscoring how the Kings, fresh off snapping their playoff drought, view the Lakers as the ultimate measuring stick. Off the court, the intensity extends to odds makers and analysts debating playoff odds in real time. Vegas sportsbooks slashed the Lakers' championship probability by several percentage points mere hours after the Kessler buzz emerged. ESPN's Basketball Power Index now projects the Lakers as having a top 3 offense and a top 5 defense, effectively catapulting them into title favorite territory. Could this mean we'll witness a seismic shift in how the league values to weigh stars over pure scorers? Some insiders believe that the upcoming draft and free agency period could be overshadowed by Laker maneuvering, with rival teams scrambling to match LA's blueprint of blending generational talent with high-character role players. Now, as the season heats up, what do you believe will define LA's destined to secrecy or transparency? Personally, as a die-hard Lakers supporter, I believe that the Lakers' willingness to embrace bold moves, strategic leaks, and powerhouse chemistry anchored by LeBron's vision for Bronny's accountability will forge a path to an unforgettable championship run. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.